Okay guys, welcome back to another Rare Pet WoW video. I'm your host Rayman from Respawn Games. And guys, you all thought I'd forgotten, hadn't you? You all thought I'd forgotten about the one pet I haven't been able to tame yet. And it's taken me weeks, and I've finally done it. And in this really long, complicated video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how to get it. Yeah, it was really tough doing this one. And with most pets, it's easy to kind of, I know the location. I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna tame it, and video's usually done in about 8-9 minutes. But this one, it's worse than when I tamed Scar from the cat from the Firelands. Extremely difficult. You have to go through this whole quest line, or multiple quest lines actually, and you actually end up having to go. It can only be found during a particular raid. Of course, I'm talking about Lord Qirai. I probably butchered that. I actually thought I was actually going to tame it during the live stream I did, but I didn't this time round. I've finally managed to get it done. And I'm going to take you guys exactly through how difficult it was to do it and exactly what you need to do to get it, because this was a really difficult one. Probably, I said that about Rockeye the Immovable, but this was the most difficult one to date, because there's a million quests you have to do, and you have to try and find the right ones. I think I spent like an hour or two doing the wrong quest line, so yeah. Typically guys, as you know, in these videos I'm going to show you exactly where to find them, what they look like, and how to get, in this case, how to get to them, because yeah, it's really difficult to get to this one. So anyway, without further ado guys, here is Lord Aqiri. So here is Lord Aqiri, the Aqiri, the final Aqiri, guys. And yeah, this one really tough, really good, really cool looking one as well. I think it kind of gives you Predator vibes in some way. It is, I think it is probably the rarest one, and it can only be obtained during the Aqiri assault in Oldham. It's not as simple as just flying to Oldham, though. That's the problem. But, as this video goes on, I'm going to explain to you exactly how to do it. So, yeah. That's it. Really cool colour. Super duper rare. Absolutely colossus when you find it as well. Obviously, it shrinks down to size, unfortunately, when you do tame it. But still worth it, guys. Really cool pet. And as you can see, it can be found in the obelisk of the moon. So, basically, you can go there anytime, but it's not going to be there unless the Aqiri assault is on. So yeah, there's this opening by where it says the obelisk of the moon. There's an opening, and you fly down, and you're in this huge sort of underground chamber, and then right at the end of the chamber is where Lord Aqiri spawns. I did read online, it's about an hour to 2 hours for it to reappear, and believe me, it is in high demand, because I was there waiting ages. I was there waiting the whole hour the one time, and a blood elf came and killed it before I could even try and tame it, which I'll show you guys later. So how are we going to start the video? You start it. If you're Alliance like me, you go to Stormwind. You talk to this guy. Oh, sorry. You go on there. You get the quest for the quest you need to look out for is Battle for Azeroth, Tides of War. Accept that quest, and then you're going to want to go to Stormwind Keep. You need to talk to King Andurin. It is King Andurin, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just showing you the way. So you're going to fly there first, and that is the beginning of the quest line. Um, it's a really cool story. I think obviously it's the Battle for Azeroth sort of main quest line, so it takes you there and you run through the campaign there. So obviously with World of Warcraft, there's a lot of campaigns you can go through, and this is how you start the Battle for Azeroth one. So fly to Stormwind Keep. We're going to speak to King Anduin. I have got I will sort of give you a pre-warning that I don't record absolutely everything because it's going to bore you guys to tears. So I'll kind of tell you where I'm at with most of it. But it starts off with having like a council, and you're being told here what's going on. Like a prophet and a princess has escaped, and you have to try and find them. So yeah, it's actually a really cool quest line, and I really enjoyed the cutscene as well. And I'll kind of let you guys watch the cutscene in the next bit as well. So yeah, just sort of exhaust this quest line, and then you move on. You watch that dream, and here it is here. And once the kind of cutscene's over with, yeah, complete that quest, and then you're gonna then sail out to Kul Tiras. So first thing you want to do is fly down to Stormwind Docks, and there'll be someone you can talk to there. You tell them that you're ready, and you end up in a place called Kul Tiras then, which is the sort of main zone really for, if you're Alliance, for Battle for Azeroth. Yeah, I'll try again. I'm not going to try and talk through all this because it's really long. I'll explain sort of important details, but yeah, as you can see, I'm making my way down to Stormwind Docks. I'll try and make this as quick as possible. Really, you know, at my level as well, you're going to be one-shotting everything as well, so that's pretty decent. Like the thing is, if you've got hours, like, you know, a whole day spare, you can get through all this pretty quickly. Like, I don't have days and days spare, so yeah, it just took a bit of time. But then you enter into another, I was going to say you enter into another cutscene here now, which is quite cool. I'll let you guys watch this one too. I thought it was quite dark, actually.
You'll come back? I'll weather every storm if I know you are waiting for me.
Time to go, Jaina.
I love you, Papa.
Come topside, sweetheart.
Your loving mother will never forgive you, murderer.
Lady Jaina, we've arrived.
Thank you, Captain.
So now you're just going to want to follow this quest line through now. Complete that just after the cutscene finishes. And yeah, all I'm going to say now, guys, is just keep following this quest line. There's a couple that come through, and where are we at? Time to fly. There's a couple you have to complete, and and then you can move on to something else then. But I'll get to that bit when we get. So basically, just keep plowing through these quests. And at this point is where you you sort of have to have an audience with Jaina's mother. She hasn't come back, or she hasn't been to Kul Tiras, which is where she grew up, in a very, very long time. She's, you know, she's classed as a murderer at this point. I don't really know the whole story behind it, but she's sort of come back. She wanted an audience with her mother, and you've come to be her sort of champion. And yeah, obviously everyone absolutely hates you here, and that's you know, that's the vibe. I think, you know, that's the vibe you get, and you have to kind of just have to crack on, just get on with it, really. I've skipped the rest of it because I know you guys, you know, you haven't come to this video to watch every single sort of dialogue and cutscene, but basically the next part is you end up in, you know, they sort of arrest you and you end up in prison, and this quest is quite cool, actually. You kind of have to try and break out now. That's the next quest. That's still kind of Daughter of the Sea. You finish that, and then you've got a quest called Out Like Flynn. This is where you try and break out, and you're kind of in the world, sort of, and then there's a couple of quests you have to do after that. I think it ends with the Old Knight, and once you've done the Old Knight, you can move on then, but you got to keep going. I'm not gonna go through that with you. You can do that quest yourself. It's quite fun. I don't want to spoil things for you because it is quite a fun quest line. Yeah, so you obviously, you know, you end up escaping. That's not really a spoiler because it'd be pretty stupid if you didn't. Yeah, the next part is, you know, you talk to Talia, and she basically shows you around. Basically shows you around here, which is kind of like the main hub of the game, really. I mean, not really the main hub of the game, but it's the main hub of, it's Kul Tiras. It's the sort of main area of Battle for Azeroth. So yeah, you're going to be based around here a lot. So what you're going to need to do now, follow this through again, like I said, up until you get to a quest called the Old Knight. Finish that quest, and then I'll kind of come back into it and show you. And then sort of once you've got to this point now where, you know, you've gotten to the point where I think the quest, the Old Knight. I think the last part of this one is to go and see the sort of flight master, and then you complete that quest and you go to speak to Cyrus. After you finish this with Talia, yeah, and see the Old Knight. So you make your way into it's like a, I don't know, like a dock, not a dock, like an inn type place. It seems quite secretive anyway. And you go in there and you hear, you know, you follow that quest line through, you talk to Cyrus, you hear his tale, and that is where I made my first mistake in this whole thing. I thought you had to then continue on, and then it's just all one quest line, but it isn't. So my advice to you guys is, once you speak to Cyrus and you complete the quest, the Old Knight, stop what you're doing. And then once you've done the Old Knight, you can move on to Sanctum of the Sages quest, which I've just kind of skipped to here. And this, I was sort of wrong earlier, so my apologies. Finish the Old Knight, and then finish Sanctum of the Sages, and then you've got an option then where you can help various areas then in Kul Tiras. But at that point, I think this is where I went wrong, not earlier. This is where I went wrong. I decided to start going and helping everyone out. But you don't have to. This is where you can kind of stop, and you need to speak to someone else now. Okay guys, the next part you're going to want to do is look for Halford Wormbane, who could be found here in Boralus, and he will give you the quest for the war campaign. Now the war campaign is very, very important. I mean, I guess all this is quite important, but you get to go to 4 different areas, and the video coming up now is just one of those areas. So what you do is you go to these areas, you complete each campaign, and then you can move on again. So if I remember correctly, this is the Zaldazar Foothold. So this is just one of the campaigns. I thought I'd show you guys a little clip just so you can see for yourselves. Oh, right, you can kind of realize then, okay, right, I'm on the right track if I'm doing these quests. So this part I'm on is called Save Them All. I think it's one of the first ones, so you have to go around and bandage up the sailors. So yeah, like you can see there, I'm killing everything in one hit. It's pretty straightforward if you're quite, you know, level 80 or, you know, a high level, and you're wiping everything out in one hit. You can make light work of these the war campaigns. So yeah. As you can see, guys, you go back to Halford Wormbane once you finish the first campaign, and then he's got the next one waiting for you. See this, you get like a reward at the end then. So that's what I'm doing here. That's the one campaign completed. Again, I'm not going to show you everything, guys, because I'm just going to try and tell you what you need to do next. So there's 4 altogether. There's the 3 main campaigns, then there's like an island expedition, which you just go and get as you write. It was a bit of a strange one, that one, kind of... yeah, weird. So as you can see on the map there, see I've got 2 left to do, so I'm just gonna go there, and it doesn't really matter what order you do it in either, guys. Like, it really makes no difference whatsoever. So do it in any order you like, you still have to do them all. So this campaign was probably my favourite one. This is the Nazmia Foothold. And this was the last one for me, so I've done the other 2. Sorry, the other 3, including the island expedition at this point, and this was the last one. So yeah, love this one because it's quite dark. It was quite dark. It's a bit swampy. It's like quite voodoo kind of vibes to it, and yeah, really enjoyed this one. So yeah, again, showing you this clip, guys, because just to see that you're going on the right track. So if you don't see this when you're doing the war campaigns, and something's gone wrong, because this is one of the missions you need to complete. So if you are going through this and you see this clip, great, you're on the right track, keep going. So once you've completed all 3 campaigns and the island expedition, you end up going back to, I forgot his blimmin' name again, is it Halford Wormbane? Yeah, to him, complete the quest, and that's the campaign's finished. So what you're gonna want to do next then is not what I do in the next clip. I went complete the wrong way, and I'll show you guys in a bit.
Our work has just begun.
So I ended up seeing this quest pop up called Waning Energy, and I was like, oh, I've seen that online somewhere, you know, one of the quests you have to do supposedly. And I thought, oh right, okay, I'll crack on with that. And I just went through this huge quest line that took quite some time to do, and in the end I don't think it really got me anywhere. I'm not 100% sure, but I did it, and I don't know whether I don't think it would have made a difference if I did the whole quest line or not. So what I'm gonna say to you guys is, maybe what I would say before attempting this quest, because it's quite long, see if Magni has become available for you in Boralus here. He's around the docks, and he should have like a little quest above his head. If he's there and he's got a quest for you, then skip this quest entirely, okay? Because you're not going to need, you know, there's going to be no need to do it. But I did it, and yeah, you know, it was quite cool, but it just felt kind of pointless for me. Again, you guys might not find it pointless, but it's entirely up to you. So I'm starting to think this probably would have been better as a live stream than many recorded clips and then sort of editing over it. Right, so what I was saying in the last clip was that you will have to, after you've completed the war campaign, look for Magni in Boralus, and that his quest line is absolutely vital. So you'll just follow his quest line all the way through, and you will end up doing this quest here, where you have to find I think you have to find an ebony scale, I think it was, but this is like a little bit further into his quest line. So you want to do that, follow his quest line all the way through, and I mean all the way through, until you get to you go back to Stormwind, I think, and you have to talk to the king again. But yeah, follow it all the way through. So this part here is where you've sort of got the ebony scale. You are back now in Silithus, and you talk to Magni once again, and you go into the middle there, and obviously follow the, just follow this quest line through, and I think you get an option now for like a new power. So I apologize, guys, because I don't really pay much attention to the quest line. I'm just trying to get to where I need to be, so I really couldn't care less what I was doing at this point. But yeah, you get like some sort of new power. I haven't used it yet. Just like I said, I don't really play the game. It's more for taming pets and things like that these days. So, but yeah, I did that, followed it through, picked the new ability or whatever. And this is like, I'm pretty sure this is sort of the last quest now with Magni before you go to Stormwind. Yeah, and then I think you'll end up having to speak to King Anduin again. What I will say as well, guys, is I completely forgot to mention that you will end up going to a place called Nazjatar as well. It's sort of like an underwater, it looks like an underwater city, really cool place. And you'll end up going there. You have to keep, again, you're in the right place, so don't worry if you think you're sort of in the wrong place. Finish that quest line, and then I think then is when you end up like with this cutscene and going to Stormwind and talking to the king again. Pretty cool cutscene. I'll leave this one on. You guys might recognize. There's Magni there. See.
Anduin, it's been so long. Oh, dragons. I suppose I deserved that.
Oh, you deserve more than that. My father is dead because of you!
And my father is dead because of the old gods.
Lad, he's come to help us.
Nefarian.
Anyway, I thought I'd just cut it there, guys, because you're probably gonna want to watch the cutscenes all for yourself if you're interested in the story. That is, if not, well, I've cut it for you so you don't have to watch it. Obviously, after the cutscene's finished, talk to Magni again. You are going to end up going back to Silithus. Once you're back in Silithus, you're going to go back into the heart of Azeroth again. And once you've done that, you complete that part. And this is where I think I remember there being an issue in the heart of Azeroth. I think Mother or something's corrupted from the top of my head. Sorry guys, I might be a bit useless as a guide here. Because I just smashed through all these quests. I don't really 100% remember what was going on, but I just telling you what quest line you need to follow. So yeah, keep following Magni's quest line once again. Go back to Silithus, do that, and then you'll end up in Oldham then, in the halls. I think it's called the Halls of Restoration. You'll end up having to go to, and yeah, it's like going through Oldham again. You know, the classic instance. And you're basically doing that by yourself, but obviously they're not elites in there. You're kind of still one-shotting everything. And that is sort of the beginning of the end of this sort of quest line. So, yeah, you're 100% on the right tracks. And as you can see, we're now in Oldham, and you're running this with Magni, which is really, really cool as well. I really like Magni. And yeah, I mean, it's easy enough anyway. As you can see, I'm still one-shotting everything. You make your way through here. This is one of his quest lines. You have to, I think it's like you have to restore power in the heart of Azeroth. So once you've done that, or once you've done this, I mean, follow this to the end. It's not too complicated. It's quite fun actually. I really enjoyed this one. Once you have finished it, I think you have to go and talk to this King Ramak. I think his name's King Ramakan. But I'll sort of guide you when you get there. But yeah, just make your way through this. It's a really, really fun quest, guys. I mean, you have to do it anyway. But yeah, just crack on. Okay, so once you've completed that, you end up talking to it's still part of Magni's questline. You talk to King Ramakan or whatever his name is. And once you've done that quest, or once you've spoken to the king, that's when the Oldham assaults are unlocked. And this is the most important part now for this whole saga. You have the whole point of that, all those quests that we've done, is to unlock the Oldham assaults. Now, basically there's 3 different types of Oldham assaults. You've got the long one, which is like a week long, which I think it's called the Unzorith or something like that, Unzorith assaults or something like that. That can be nearly a week long, and that was the one I found first when I got there. Obviously I didn't show it in this clip, but yeah, you wait till that's done, and then the next one then will be the Aqiri assaults. Now this is the most important one, the Aqiri one, because this is the only time Lord Qirai will appear. So as you can see, I'm showing you on the map. See the purple edge there? It's on the left-hand side of the map. If you can see that on the left-hand side of your map, that's when you know Lord Qirai can appear. And if you look on your map and you're using the silver dragon add-on like I am, he actually appears for the first time on the map. Here. So what you're going to want to do is go to the temple of, or head to the temple of Obelisk. What I did actually here was I turned around and spoke. I found the stable master first, because you remember, guys, you're going to want to stable your pet first. But I did actually get a message from someone on YouTube called Sue Long, and he mentioned to me in a really nice way. Actually, could have called me an idiot, but he didn't. He basically said that you needn't release your pet at the stable master to make room for others, because he said there's like 200 slots available now where you can store your pets. So unless you're catching pretty much every pet in the game, then you should need to get rid of it to make any room. So thanks for that, mate. I really appreciate it. Didn't know that. Because I think what was happening was, the reason I tell you guys to stable your pets or dismiss them or whatever is because there's only 5 active slots in your current roster, and if all those slots are taken up, then you can't tame any more pets. So I think there's an option to the left hand side. You could see it when I spoke to the stable master. Then there's an option to your left hand side where you can just move your pets over to there, and I think, I haven't tried it yet, but I think that's where you can do it. So I'm going to keep showing you guys where the closest stable master is, in case you do want to know, in case you do want to stable pets, whatever, it's up to you, but I'll always show you where it is. So if you have been following this, you go to the Temple of the Obelisk here. See, I flew in, and this is where Lord Qirai goes. So you got to follow it all the way down here, and Lord Qirai will appear there, right in that, on that huge platform there. So I figured while I was here, I would just kind of complete the quest. Looks a lot similar to that Aqiri over there, and that one will appear quite often. Every 5 minutes it kind of spawns. So yeah, just stick around here. I had some real trouble, and I'll show you a clip of it later on. I had some real trouble in this area because Lord Qirai seemed to be really well sought after. Everyone seemed to be after it. So yeah, just be patient. His spawn time is sort of an hour to 2 hours, but I waited it out. I've got a whole clip of me waiting like an hour. So if you just wait, it will appear. So yeah, it's just about patience. So this is what happened when I waited literally an hour of just wandering around by here. And yeah, I was devastated. There it is. I was like, oh my god, tame. And then look, it looks like a blood elf just appeared out of nowhere. It must have been invisible. It appeared out of nowhere, killed it before I had the chance to do anything. I was livid. I was absolutely, I think it was about 1 AM at this point. And I'd been camping from about 12 till 1, because I thought, you know, there might be an off chance it might appear, and I was so devastated. Really annoyed. But yeah, you could see it does spawn. It's just, you know, like between an hour and 2 hours, unfortunately. So I didn't know what to do at this point. It felt like I lost the will to live. So yeah, only thing you can do, guys, is just, you know, suck it up and just log back on a bit later on. And yeah. Not going to repeat that, but you can see what I said. Really annoyed. Just log back on a bit later on. So annoyingly, guys, this there's no sound to this bit, so I'll put like a song on underneath. But this is the moment, guys. This is the moment. I was actually, funny enough, I was actually working at this point, doing my job in real life, and I just left my other laptop on in the background, and obviously with the silver dragon add-on, I've got every time a rare appears, it makes the sort of sound from Lord of the Rings, that I see. And it did that, and I quickly turned around from what I was doing in work and just logged on just to tame. Not logged on. I just turned around just to tame it and show you guys exactly what it looks like. So yeah, guys, this one's been an absolute saga, and I'm going to apologise now if a lot of my information wasn't correct or sort of up to scratch or whatever. It's difficult to follow. It's such a complex saga, complex route to get to Lord Qirai, but this is exactly what I did, and it worked out for me. So hopefully, guys, I've been able to help you in, you know, the same way, because I felt like I didn't. There are guides online, but I just feel like they're really complex and convoluted. So just, yeah, do what you want. I mean, you can follow me if you want. You might have found a better guide online, but it's entirely your decision, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to say, if you've stuck with me to the end of this video, I really appreciate it, guys, and there will be plenty more to come. I've been your host, Rayman from Respawn Games. This is Killer Bane, and remember, guys, find your prey and stay steady, my fellow hunters. I will see you guys in the next one.